like a saloon with different sausage, not sausage, like salads, like your. So anyway, that was our little adventure with the wine thing. But yes, I had a great picture of all the wines. So anyway, so one of the people out there had a dinner party, invited it was 30 people, and invited up with some other people from Orange County. We just drove up together and hung out for the weekend.
Yeah, I love it. I love slow. It's just like I don't know. It's like as I get older, I have an appreciation for smaller towns because I grew up in I grew up kind of on the outskirts of Memphis, like kind of close to Mississippi state line. So I've always wanted to escape to a bigger city. So I escaped to Houston, and I kind of got my feel. Yeah.
Third largest in the country, bigger than Chicago.
Yeah.
Houston now is right behind LA.
Okay, because I know it used to be the fourth. That was a long time ago.
Now it's three. They pushed Chicago. I think.
Do we want to go and order our main dish? Are we not there?
No, we'll just start with the appetizer.
I'm going to steal this out of your way and that little menu just so you know a bunch of stuff. Appetizers hit shortly, and if you need something, let me know.
All right, thank you. But I think after COVID, a lot of people moved to the Houston area.
Yeah.
So I think maybe in 22 census, they were number 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when I was near LA, and I was like, everything had locked down. We got on the road, and
Houston was wide
open.
I called a friend of mine, this girl's a hairdresser there, and I remember talking to her, she's like, yeah, what now? Let's go out. We went to a comedy show. We went to a comedy club, and we had to wear masks to enter. Once we entered and sat down, we take a mask off. Here you had to wear a mask the whole time. They're like, fuck that.
Texas is its own country.
And we went to some of the there was a bar we took it to. It was a what do you call it? Like the birdcage. What do you call it? Not cross-dressing. I can't get the word.
Where was it? It was Houston?
It was in Houston.
Downtown, or Midtown?
No, it was in the gay areas.
Montrose?
Yeah, the Montrose area. And it was all Mexicanos, all Chicanos. So, what do you call it? When you're cross-dressing the same, when you perform, you're...
Drag queen.
Yeah, drag queen. So the drag queen performance. But they're all Mexicans, all in Spanish.
Oh.
And they're pretty funny. They were hilarious. They're like, we got your boyfriend. He ain't coming home with you. Okay. It was very fun. And then we went to Montrose for 2 gay bars.
Sir, I am so sorry, but we do not have the venison right now. We are sold out.
Okay.
Would you like to pick out something else? Maybe the filet?
So tell me what the filet is.
The filet is a filet mignon carpaccio with a little bit of aged farm, and
Yeah,
it's actually
we'll do
quite
that.
good.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yummy. That sounds yummy.
So we were running around for Knuckleheads for 3 days, and in Montrose, the bars, there was no mask. Everyone just running around it was normal. And I was like, God bless Texas. It was not just Houston, it was also Austin and Dallas too. But a completely different world. I think that would have been maybe summertime of 20, maybe August or September. So anyway, I was like, this is great. She's like, yeah, why are you living in California? Anyway.
I don't think I went to Austin. Did I go to Austin during the pandemic? I probably...
As a driver, you never, Austin,
maybe not during the pandemic, but I used to go there all the time when I lived in Houston and San Antonio.
Driven to Austin.
Yeah, I mean, I went there just to hang and look around. But
not during COVID yet.
Not during COVID. I spent some time in San Antonio. I really like San Antonio and Austin. It's just,
were you in Tennessee? back then before COVID?
No,
You-
I was
you
in
were in
California.
Texas?
I came to LA like, well, I went to Ontario, and I think I was driving for this smaller company was run by Indians, and I was going up to Oregon and Washington and coming back. And then I think that was during the pandemic. Because I came to LA and I was like, it was like February, right before
Before it
the
started.
shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
And when it hit the fan, it was like everything started to lock down. I was like, why am I here? So I went and found a trucking company and I just went on the road. Broke down and I was in New
Broke
Mexico.
down.
I was in Roswell, New Mexico for like a week.
The UFOs come get you. Aliens, come get me.
They didn't come get me, but they took my dollar. Like I had $1 in my pocket. I was walking to the store and they just
They're like, give me it. Give me your
it
dollar.
was gone. That was so strange. I got back to the room, no dollar. Like, where's my money?
Sucked up by the aliens.
That was so weird.
Oh, it's hilarious. So it was funny. So during COVID, and so there's a big surgical meeting every year. It's in end of January. The last Thursday, Friday, Saturday of January. So that year was in New Orleans. So I still remember very clearly in New Orleans the week before Mardi Gras. But usually this meeting ends on the first day of Mardi Gras. So, and I remember everyone was like running around. There was no, there's like these reports of people getting sick here and there, but nothing big, right? And the following week, they started Mardi Gras, the festival. Well, I mean, it started on a Sunday, but by Thursday, people go to the ER, 1,000. So they shut it down, right? And then the first weekend of March, I was in New York for a Navy SEAL Foundation fundraiser. And the following week, New York shut down in March. So after that, I came home. I came home from New York, and then New York shut down the following week. And I was having like something like loose stools, like kind of diarrhea. I'm like, shit, did I catch something? Like, but there was no test back then. You didn't get tested. There was no test. I'm like, I was sick. I don't know. And then I go to work, and then my boss asked me. He's a pretty high level guy. He's like, what do you think? Is this going to be serious? I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's just an outbreak of flu kind of thing. It'll be all right. And, okay. But we had a trip scheduled to Ireland and Japan for work trip. And then he was like, I think we should cancel the trip to Ireland. I said, yeah, because it's like in 10 days and we're not
Get
sure.
stuck over there.
Yeah, and we were trapped over there. So I remember when the first time I saw I had to go get tested. It was probably like just because I wasn't sure about symptoms. They finally had a test. You had to get an order though to get the test because it was rare, right? You don't have any tests. I told my doctor, I said, yeah, I was in New Orleans. He goes, what's your exposure risk? I said, I was in New Orleans the week before it shut down. I was in New York the week before they shut down. He goes, were you in Bergamo too? Bergamo, Italy, where when it first started.
In Italy.
Yeah, Bergamo. If you remember Bergamo is a town like between Milan and Venice is on the land. And it's kind of industrial. I've been to Bergamo. It's like an industrial city.
That's one of the places on my list.
Bergamo had the highest infection rate of any city in the world. Like something like 60% of their citizens got infected. So Bergamo was always like a trigger thing because it was the first before the United States having like the ERs were overflowing. They couldn't control it. So we in Bergamo. I said no, not in Bergamo. That's right. You should get tested because you're in these two big places. And the main thing was just to know whether not that I was actually infected, but had I been infected, did I have immunity? It was negative. I'm going through this shit.
Did you get COVID?
I want to have the fucking disease. Like, at least I would have had it in the past. In the past.
You wanted so you'll be immune to it.
Yeah. And like, no,
I was
now you
just
gotta be
like,
careful.
Why would I sit around here? I can get on the road and be alone in my truck. And if I go and deliver something, I don't really have to interact with them. I can just, they come out to get the paperwork. They'll have on a mask. I won't have on a mask, but I'll be in my truck. I was like, it's the safest place. Let me just get back on the road.
Well, yeah, it actually is a safe place because you just bring your thing, you drop your back end, right?
Yeah,
You unload,
either.
you unload or they take the thing off.
Well, with this particular company, it's a smaller company, so I would get live unloaded from every place mostly that I went. But if I was with a bigger company, I would just drop the trailer.
Yeah.
They would still have live unloads here and there, but most of the time I would just drop it.
You just drive
Drop
your
the
little,
loaded.
your little baby truck home, like, you know, your little from an 18 to a 12 6-wheeler or something, or 9-wheeler or whatever it is.
I was leaving. I mean, I was out of Fontana, California. So I was going from Fontana, and they would ask me, "Where you want to go?" I was like, "I want to go to Tennessee. I want to go to Texas. I want to go to the Midwest." And
Yeah,
they would send
away
me
from
in.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But originally you're from Tennessee. You're from Louisville.
Memphis.
Memphis, that's right. That's right. Louisville's Kentucky. You're like, shut up. Kentucky. Shame on you. You went down to Mississippi.
Memphis, Tennessee, right?
Oh, no, I've been to Memphis.
I grew up right on the neighborhood I grew up in is like right on the Mississippi state line. Like I walk to the state line from my house.
Yeah.
So
Memphis has great blues bars,
Yeah.
jazz. It's a fun little town.
yeah,
I got some bad publicity, I think, in the last since COVID.
yeah, it has gotten kind of crazy
It's funny.
since the new generation came up.
This new generation.
Yeah.
You're the new generation. What are you talking about? You're part of the crazy.
Since they came up, you know, I escaped to Houston. So, but I got LA was always the goal.
It's been a while since I've been there. I was there. It's a long time ago. Probably my kids lived in Hot Springs, Arkansas, with their mom.
We used to go to Hot Springs when I was a kid for
Yeah.
vacation.
Little hot springs. Yeah, they got the little hot spring things you can get in. They have lake thing. My ex-wife remarried a guy from Hot Springs. She lived in Dallas. So I can't remember why, but I was like, I think I was driving I was with somebody though. So if I was driving, I remember this. So I was in Hot Springs, but I had to fly somewhere. So I decided I was going to go to Memphis, because at that time Memphis Airport was a Delta booming hub. This was back like probably 2008 or 9, something like that. And so Memphis not only was a FedEx, the head of the whole FedEx thing was there, right?
Yeah,
But
I used to work at FedEx.
Here we are.
Wow.
Yummy.
May I take this?
Put this guy here.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Thank you. Oh yeah, this is good. This is a good. Actually, this is what carpaccio is.
This is the podcast?
This is carpaccio. So this is arugula, right? You're but yeah.
Arugula and what's the other stuff?
Parmesan cheese, olive oil,
And some capers.
They have a little bit of maybe sprinkle a little oregano in there or something.
And this is fried olives. Fried olives. Oh.
They're like heroin. I warn you now. Once you have a fried olive, you're like, you'll never go back to regular olive.
I ain't never had no fried olive.
I know. It's a trick. First time I had it was up in Oregon at this particular place, and they usually put a little cheese in the middle of it. It was like, I think I'll take all these little critters for myself.
Cheese.
Okay. Yeah, put a little. When I saw the ones I had before, they put a little blue cheese in the middle and then a little on them, like that. They're so, especially with the wine. I'm gonna still finish my little drink. What's because I can't do this and because of the honey. What a good idea. Huh?
So, how do I eat this?
I would just take the whole thing like this. And, let me help you. Like this. Like that. Give me your plate. Plate over. Just kind of do this. And then kind of just do that.
I can just eat it from here.
Okay. Yeah, you can work with it. I wouldn't eat that. I'd take a small bite. It's pretty heavy.
And what kind of meat is this?
Filet. You might want to use a knife and fork, you think. And cut the little filet off. Because it's raw. I would say if that filet is not exactly raw, they probably looks like they cooked a little bit and then sliced it really thin. Because normally raw is not pink like that. Raw is red.
Yeah.
So that they cook that a little bit. But
This is
usually,
like thinly cut filet mignon.
yeah, they took a piece of filet, they probably just barely cooked it, and then let it cool. Maybe even froze it, and slice it, kind of slice it real thin. But the carpaccio usually is raw. It's a raw piece of beef. They slice super thin, so you don't get all that texture in your mouth.
Carpaccio.
Carpaccio. And then they put a little, usual olive oil, little, the one I would make, you'd have lemon, a little squeezed lemon over top of it. By the way, it's pretty much the same. I like the Parmesan, I like the arugula. Sometimes they'll put a little bit of mozzarella instead of that, but the hard cheese goes better. So, and we get back to Memphis though. I drove there because it was a Delta hub, not a big hub like Atlanta. It was a, I don't know if you remember, there was a thing called Northwest Airlines.
Yeah.
That's
Northwest.
Northwest. Look here, let's do this. In Northwest
And
Airlines.
this is the real bread, right?
Yeah.
We're in an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but
Yeah, no.
I read something and I was like, they were talking about, no, it was a news story. They were saying the ingredients in the bread in America is bad. And so I used to know a guy that will bake his own bread. And, they always say in Europe and other places, they don't have all the chemicals that we have.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's true.
And
Yeah.
this is the greatest country in the world. We shouldn't have it either.
Well, I mean, true, but it's about, to be fair to the bread makers, it's to preserve bread so you can keep it. So,
But don't they also put sugar in it?
yeah, make it taste better.
I don't need it to taste better. I need it to be healthier.
Well, true. So, if you want real good bread, there's a place called, it's near here in Costa Mesa. Let me think.
Fried olives. Wow. Never had that. Wow, it's the first. Yummy.
I changed their world.
Yeah.
Fried olive. But if you like bread,
I like it a little too much.
a buddy of mine, like, he was giving me shit because I said, hey, Michael, his name is Todd, and I was doing voice to text earlier today. I said, hey, Michael, you don't have dinner tomorrow night with your wife. He goes, Michael, how many people did you send this to? I feel like a hoe.